Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic we're going to talk about and make the case for why you should use Tesla financing, and where some situations using Tesla financing and getting that higher rate, that higher 5.69% plus, all the way up to like what, 9.99% for some buyers, might actually make some sense. So we'll take a look at that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's run that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best behind Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon member. Thank you to Matthias, sorry if I messed that up. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. So you've probably seen this page. This is on Tesla financing. You can see that the rates are higher than, but still lower than other manufacturers potentially out there. So right now, the rate for financing a Tesla is 5.69% for financing a Tesla if you've got excellent credit. And of course, Tesla tries to keep it real. They try to show other different interest rates that are out there depending on what credit you might potentially have. And so let's say you've got a 680 to 720, then your interest rate would be 7.99%. And so what the thing with that is, certainly I know a lot of you probably have Credit Karma, or at least have some sort of account to take a look at it. The thing with Credit Karma credit scores is it's usually off by, I want to say like 20 to 30 points. So really just take Credit Karma with a grain of salt. Whenever I have looked at my Credit Karma score and then I've gone into purchase a vehicle or purchase a Tesla, even the Equifax or Experience score that dealerships usually use, even TransUnion, could be 20 to 30 points lower than that. And so of course, if you're looking to buy a Tesla, the first thing you got to do is definitely head on over to waitingfortesla.com, find discounted Teslas that are out there, because with what, 3 days, 2 days left in the month, it is basically crunch time. Tesla, if you place a deposit today, Tesla is going to really try and push you to take delivery by the end of the month. So of course, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code with a Model 3 and Model Y, you can get an extra 1,500 Tesla loot box credits, which then gets 500 supercharger miles. So first, click it open down below in the description first, then head on over to Waiting for Tesla. And this, for instance, is the cheapest Model 3 that's brand new, available for sale across the country at $37,590. All trims of the Model 3 and Model Y qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. And on top of that, with the Model 3, you get 3 months of free supercharging, which is a valuation of like a couple $100. And so now you're at this step, right? Now you got to take a look at, are you going to pay cash for it? Are you going to lease it? We've made plenty of videos on why leasing is not the best option, even though it is a lower monthly payment. Do not be fooled. Leasing with Tesla is a actual lease. You cannot buy it out, and you have to turn it into Tesla at the end of the lease. So you're really not paying down any sort of principal or anything like that. So that's why we really recommend not leasing Tesla vehicles, unless you're someone you want that latest and greatest Model 3 Highland, and you're going to do a short 2-year lease on the Model 3 and then wait for the Highland. Then I could see that making sense, because right now, like, let's say you do a lease for a Model 3, 24 months, 2 years, $4,500 down before any taxes, fees, or anything like that. You can get a nice lease of $392 a month, which is not bad. I mean, in some places that could easily pay for itself depending on your area. So definitely worth it taking a look at it. But now you probably figured onto this one, because most people out there, you're probably financing the Tesla, and you saw Tesla's rate 5.69%. And we've made plenty of videos on where you can beat this 5.69%, including the Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the full list of all the credit unions and banks and things like that. But the one thing with this list, and I'll keep it real, like the one thing with the credit union list and financing with other banks is that unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but credit unions and other banks and outside banks, it takes a little bit of process, anywhere from 3 to 5 business days to actually get your deal turned around and ready to go for purchasing your Tesla. So if you need a car, and if you're buying the car within the next few days, by the end of the month, you're kind of forced to do Tesla financing. So, don't be worried too much, because you will be a higher rate of 5.69%, and you can always refinance this vehicle afterward. Well, I don't know if I want to say always, but if you've got good credit, good income, and a good auto loan history score, then yes, you'll be able to refinance this. You can use financing partners like Tenet down below in the description, which is a Tesla financing partner and partner of the channel. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring, so you can get a lower monthly payment on your Tesla. Or you can go with other credit unions that you can get in the list down below as well, or even other credit unions as well. We talked about Navy Federal Credit Union pretty recently that has low rates. Here's another one, Labor Credit Union, that has a slightly lower rate than Tesla financing. So there's plenty of other options out there if you're looking to purchase the car, or if you're stuck, if you have to do a quick turnaround, because that's the thing. Tesla financing is super quick. If you buy the car today or even tomorrow and do your application, typically Tesla financing can get you approved by that afternoon. So if you're in a crunch like that, if you don't have time to go with a credit union, or your local credit union can't work with you, then that's where Tesla financing can certainly make a lot of sense. But the other thing with Tesla financing is, if you're a first-time buyer, if you've never bought a car before and you've got income that is just barely above the price of the vehicle, then you're kind of also landlocked, and you have to go with Tesla financing to get approved for the financing of this vehicle. And on top of that, you're also kind of locked with whatever rate they give you. So take that for whatever it's worth. My advice with that is to get the vehicle, take the loan if you can stomach the payment, then pay 6 months of the auto loan, because that gives you enough history to report on credits. And then you can go ahead and try and refinance it with some of the other credit unions to try and get a lower rate. So those are the quick tips on why why it might be beneficial to use Tesla financing, why you might make the case for using Tesla financing, and plenty of other situations. But let me know what your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. Are you using Tesla financing, or are you going to be doing some other things? We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link. Just support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there, with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all lower than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And if you want to ask a quick question in the Patreon, I respond to almost all DMs, or all DMs in the Patreon app as well, if you want to send a message. But a couple announcements on the channel. If you're interested in winning a set of all-weather floor mats for your Tesla Model Y, sponsored by, or Model Y or Model 3, sponsored by 3D Mats USA, definitely check out our YouTube community page on the channel, because we're running a giveaway right now. It's going for another week or so. I think it's ending next Friday, but if you scroll down to the community page and go down like 5 posts or 6 posts, give or take, you'll find this post where you can get this video link where you can jump in and join in. So definitely check it out if you're interested in winning a set of 3D floor mats sponsored by 3D Mats USA. Thank you to 3D Mats USA for sponsoring, and you can potentially win it for your Model 3 or Model Y. So definitely check it out. And on top of that, definitely hit that subscribe, because this month, or next month, we're finalizing the details soon, but I think we are going to be giving away a Tesla wall connector, a brand new sealed one. So if you're interested in winning this Tesla wall connector, definitely hit that subscribe, because it's going to be one of these Fridays in the next month where we're going to kick off this giveaway. It's going to be probably 2 to 3 week giveaway, so you can try and enter in. All right, water break. Luis, thanks for coming in. Mike E, thanks for coming in. Hey, Dennis, when do you think the Highland orders will open up, and what can I do to be in front of the line? Really just wait and see. I mean, there will be some sort of announcement through Tesla. They'll probably do some sort of event and like they've done in the past, and then also do some sort of opening of the order bank or order website. So you gotta be quick with the online orderings. Mike, when do you think they'll drop the Tesla inventory? Tonight, Thursday night, or Friday night? I think they already kind of did. If we sort by demo, there is 75 available across the country. That's higher than we've seen recently. I think demo vehicles have been dropped for a little bit now, unfortunately. So I don't think there's going to be more. If anything, they'll disappear after this and then come back at the end of the next quarter. They're really pushing back to the last minutes on these. Yeah, because before this, there wasn't that many, I want to say, and now there's 75. It got up to like 100 or so, and then now it is down to 75. All right, let's see. What else we got? In this next topic, a little bit of a PSA. It looks like a ton more Cybertruck photos were released from the Peterson Museum, and these are all 4K, highly detailed, so we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt for posting this. The Peterson Museum has released beautiful new 4K images of the Cybertruck that showed up the other day. There's a few of them right here. I mean, this shot looks pretty badass at the moment. I mean, this is the shot when Franz was driving it up the garage side, and you can see it's in its pretty much full glory there. You can see here's another shot of these Cybertruck mirrors with the sides of the stainless steel. And there's actually a full Google folder of all the different actual images on here. So I guess it's going to take a little bit to load all of these because they're all high resolution and 4K. But I have yet to kind of take a look at all these to see what is actually in there. But, you know, definitely if you want to take a look at these, it seems like a ton of the pictures have been released, and they're all pretty high quality. I mean, this truck, if we start to see this truck actually coming out into the road across all the streets across the United States, that is going to be a crazy vehicle to actually release. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you find anything in here that piques your interest or stands out. Just a little bit of a PSA so that if you're interested in Cybertruck, if you got a Cybertruck on order, you can take a look at it for yourself and see all the different pictures that are out there. And if you're interested in wondering what place you are in line for a Cybertruck, if you've got reservations or at least one reservation, you can actually put in your RN number and actually see what place you are in line. We made a specific video on that if you want to check it out and see how close or how early you might be in the near future. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link to support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Thanks for coming in, everybody. What else we got? Kenny, drop what? Inventory pricing? Yeah, he's talking about demo discounted inventory. If you go to waitingfortesla.com, you can see there's plenty of demo discounted vehicles. Right now, the cheapest Model 3 in the country available for sale is $37,590. Here's on the Model Y side. I think they've taken it even lower because I don't think I've ever seen a Model Y for $46,900. So if you're interested in one of these, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get an extra 1,500 loot box credits off of your order. So definitely check it out. And thank you to everybody that's used our loot box credits or used our referral code in the past and in the future. In this next topic, it seems like Tesla has the best brand loyalty farther than any of the competition. But let's unpack this a little bit because, you know, we can't take everything at surface value. We got to take and check in what it actually means, but we'll take a look at it because from the first look at it, it does look like Tesla is eating the lunch out of all the different brands out there, and all the other brands just don't have any sort of loyalty at all. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best thing on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. this. So it looks like the S&P Global just released a bunch of data year to date. And you can see here on this graph, brand loyalty for luxury brands, April 2023 year to date. Quote, through the first 4 months of 2023, Tesla is the only brand retaining more than half of its RTM households. You can see on the graph right here is Tesla, 68% brand loyalty. And all the way at the end, Polestar, 7.8% brand loyalty. But Polestar kind of makes sense because Polestar only has one vehicle. And so no one buying a Polestar is only going to get another one of the same vehicle. Whereas I guess Tesla, you could buy another vehicle, like another Model 3 or Model Y, S, or even X. And I guess there could be some people that have two Model 3s or two Model Ys. I guess I've seen that before in the past. But Polestar, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody that has two Polestars back to back. But the one thing with this, like a lot of these other manufacturers are losing brand loyalty, so to speak, and that's why Tesla is essentially winning. But the one thing here is when these graphs, whenever I see these household graphs or households leaving these brands and going to other brands, it's not, I don't think it's actually categorizing and tracking what if the person that bought the Tesla didn't sell their existing vehicle. What if they kept both vehicles? They had their BMW and then bought a Tesla. So it's not really a replacement vehicle. They're just kind of adding to their fleet because plenty of households have more than one vehicle, especially in California with multiple families and multiple family members driving all different types of vehicles. But the one thing that kind of sticks out to me is with Tesla, I guess with people that have Teslas, they buy another Tesla. And I guess that's kind of the case because we've done it before in the past. We've had the Model 3, the Model Y, S, and X. So I can certainly understand that from that perspective. But the one thing I don't necessarily get is this. I don't think they actually track the data on people leaving versus people just adding onto the fleet. But let me know if you have more insight onto this, or whether you have more data on this. I mean, this is basically Tesla brand loyalty explained essentially on that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is Patreon link. You support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Kenny, save for long-range Model 3 or get a rear-wheel drive at the end of this quarter or next quarter. I would say, Kenny, just if you don't need a car, you might as well just wait until the end of the next quarter. Right now, I mean, there are deals. If you like some of these deals as posted on the screen, then go for that. I mean, this is the highest Model 3 discount I've seen in a while for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive at almost $4,000 off. Couple that with a $7,500 federal tax credit, maybe even some state incentives, $2,000, then it could certainly be a sweet deal at the end of the day. But it's tough because, I feel like a lot of people, when they see that new shiny object, the newest iPhone, then they want to get that. So, I mean, the Highland hasn't been released yet. And I imagine if it's going to be released or started production in China next month and slowly rolling out, maybe a delivery event of some sort in China in the next few months, then it'll come to the US after that. Or maybe they release it in China. They open up the floodgates there and they roll out some of those. And then they say, hey, US, like you can start placing your orders now. Then that could be a different aspect of there. Well, and thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting. Let's see what else we got. In this next Tesla news update, it seems like Tesla has now added third-party app support for services and applications. So we'll take a look at it and see what it actually is talking about. But before we do that, my name is Dennis, and if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Not a Tesla App. They posted this. Tesla to add official support for third-party services and apps. So it looks like now that you'll be able to manage all the different apps or third-party apps that you have linked to your Tesla account. Seems like this has just popped into the back end, so it's not officially released out. And this makes sense because there's a lot of third-party apps that tap into your Tesla that you have to log into your Tesla app via the other app. I'm talking about like Apple Watch apps, like Teslafy that tracks all your different metrics, and a bunch of other apps on top of that. So this is a good pipeline and good way for Tesla to manage or give people ways to manage all that because there's a lot of support out there, and this is good that Tesla is finally adding this onto it. But just a little bit of a quick PSA for Tesla owners and people that are currently purchasing a Tesla. And this is good that Tesla is always innovating and enhancing their product and also technology and support. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below is the Patreon link to support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. If you're just joining in, welcome. We talked about making the case on why you should use Tesla financing at certain moments. And really the TLDR is if you're a first-time buyer, you should definitely use Tesla financing because that's the quickest and easiest way you're going to get approved for a Tesla. If you're on a time crunch, if Tesla is making you take delivery by the end of this month, which is the last month of the quarter, last day of June, then that's where using Tesla financing is going to get your deal done very, very quickly, because Tesla financing, since it's a partnership, they can get your approval and everything done within the same day. And also other Tesla approved financing partners like Tenet, sponsored down below in the description if you want to check out Tenet. Tenet can also do a quick turnaround as well. So if you're looking to lower your monthly payment by using Tenet, because Tenet allows you to lower your monthly payment by deferring a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But those are really the 2 or 3 cases on where it might be potentially useful to use Tesla financing. But at the end of the day, you got to do whatever is good for you. And don't fret. If you have to use Tesla financing, you can always refinance the loan if you've got good credit, good income, maybe 6 months later down the line, or you can actually do it really quickly. Like I've certainly taken delivery of a Tesla Model Y and then refinanced it within the 30 days after that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Definitely check out some of the giveaways on the channel. If you're interested in winning a set of 3D mats, floor mats for your Tesla, definitely check it out on our community page on our YouTube channel. Definitely check out some of the discount codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA if you want to save some money on premium floor mats for your Tesla. We got Vion, Jawa, Tesloid, and also MAGBAK on top of that. But thanks for supporting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. Thanks for joining in. A little bit tired today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. See ya.